Now, the time slowly approaching for the overall acceptance of everything that was once taboo. A lot of people really want us to believe that there's still taboo in today's society. And there's a whole bunch of Christian politically right-wing agenda to basically infiltrate a form of society and create false conspiracy theories. Of course, and I highly recommend a book called Satan Goes to Mind Control Center by Joseph Flatley. And he describes it pretty well that that their Christian white-ring agenda, that every single conspiracy theory is involved with the devil, aliens and stuff like that. And it's really, most of it is not inconsistent with everything else. And we're coming to an age, and the only thing really stopping this progression since the 1960s, the golden hippiedom, from the 1960s, the only way that it's going to bring out the hippie culture is if we realize a lot of conspiracies for what they are, and it's mostly created by the Christian or right-wing agenda to falsify certain things. That's the first thing. That's the very first thing. And the second thing is, magic is just magic. Wicca is coming out of its roots, so is a whole bunch of different ethical qualities of modern-day witchcraft coming out today, and I made a video on this in the past, that witchcraft activism, the resurgence of all of that, but humanity has to understand that it's been lied to constantly. They believe, a lot of humans believe, that the founding fathers of this country were Christian and they praised God. Donald Trump says they praised God while writing the Constitution over 100 times, but if you actually look up the actual quotations from the founding fathers concerning religion, that is just proven entirely false. And if you understand that Donald Trump is nothing more than a Russian ploy, then it makes a whole bunch of sense. Because a lot of kids these days will swallow anything about Donald Trump. They will swallow everything about Trump. Especially fake conspiracy theorist YouTube channels that honestly are following a more right-wing agenda. Like, they'll be like talking conspiracy, but there's going to be the underlining of vote Republican, vote Republican, vote Republican. And I'll get that in my next video. I'll talk about that in the next one. But this society is overall changing. Its idealisms, the open-mindedness is opening, the world is opening minds. And the false is always going to be corrupt. They're always going to teach students at school that Pangea never existed or something like that. Okay? So, and there's a lot of falsity around the Bible too. Because many times in the Bible and the New Testament, the old laws were this. I think beating children was part of the old laws of the Old Testament. And Jesus actually supports this. A lot of people don't know this because they don't read their own Bible and they cherry pick. But yeah, magic is coming back, and humanity is always going to continually grow on this earth. And there will always be with nature. Why do you think a lot of humanity is opposing nature as the dark force right now? And there are really people that always are like this type of demon hunter or this type of person that hunts down individuals, witches. They hunt down witches in real life, but they're always connected to people they hunt. It's always connected to people of nature, nature worship and all that. So, and right now we're having a critical change. We are understanding critical thinking, logic, and reason over everything else, over any form of religion. And, you know, the religions, the churches that we see on every corner, or in towns, in every town in the United States, and all that. You know, they once, like, killed hundreds and millions of people, right? Just because they thought they were right. Or that they were so scared that they needed a force that was weak. You know, kind of like the bookworm, which is the, you know, witch, hermetic, anything that opposes the Bible is always depicted as weak because there's some form of bookworm. Because every magician in real life is always weaker because they chose, oh, I'd rather read than go to sports class. Stuff like that. But magic is a real study, and people are always going to learn. There's a lot of people, a lot of right wing here thinks it's a whole bunch of infiltration. You know, they really believe that transgenderism is literally Baphomet devil. You know, the devil, the devil statue is Baphomet. So they really think that transgenderism is open all around the United States, all because of the Baphomet statue that they rose up in Arkansas. They really believe in this shit. They really believe in this shit. I saw a video a couple years ago about, you know, basically they were pointing out that the Buddha symbol of this is the Buddha tantric symbol of, I can't really remember, but I think it was a peaceful Buddhic, for peace, serenity, inner self. They were saying, oh, it's satanic because it's 666. And they were also pointing out that anybody that likes transgenderism or refers to themselves as transgender is really Baphomet, and they're devils. You know, I see this stuff all the time, and it's just, the more kookier these conspiracy theories get, the more it's going to crack down under, the more they're going to fail.